All right. Well, welcome to our team call.
I know. I just want to say, Chris, I am so stoked to have you on, especially I feel like after leadership. I had never met you in person until leadership, and you are just, you have a gift of not only, being a personal trainer up on stage, but honestly, really touching those emotional strings and really pushing you past where you feel like you can actually go mentally. And that's I've always heard of other people crying in workouts, and I was literally pushing myself to the limits. And at the end, when you're just remember your why, remember why you're doing this. You're doing it for the haters, the people who think that this is a scam. And I'm just crying. It was legit. So I just want to say thank you for letting me have that experience in a workout. And I'm really excited to share with everybody the deep part of the proving grounds. So
yeah,
welcome to our team call.
Thank you. You guys really, that workout was special. You guys really went there. I mean, it was, I think the most rewarding part for me in that whole experience was watching you guys work together. People going up to other coaches and finishing the reps with them. And that's what it's about for me. It ain't about breaking records, guys. I don't care about that. It's about everybody understanding that we're supposed to be in this together. So that was powerful stuff.
It was. It really was.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, this is great. All these beautiful people. All right. So we'll talk about proving grounds. But before we talk about that, let's focus on what I feel is more important than proving grounds right now. And I just want to make sure your mindset is in the right place. Because without that, honestly, it doesn't. Nothing's going to change. Nothing matters. And it's got to be bigger than proving grounds. It's got to be what you take from this call and apply it to every day. But you're not going to understand that unless this starts with you. It ain't about me. This is way bigger than me. All right. So what would you say, Kelsey? What do you guys feel is the biggest struggle right now? I could tell you I've done how many is Bear? What number calls this? I've stopped counting. I think we had 70 in a week and a half. And the common denominator has been fear, belief system, mindset. Those three have been reigned heavily. I'm you mean tell me I done talked to about 4,000, 5,000 people and it's the same thing? Why are we talking about my program? Let's talk about that first, and then we can talk about my program, because again, none of this is going to change unless you change.
I would say 100%. It's belief and mindset, not only in their programs and products, but in ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, I think we've got all struggle with that self-limiting belief that we're good enough to go to the next level. We're good enough, not only in the fitness program, but in our business, and that mental strength as well, that we've all got those demons in our head that we're all working with.
Right. All right. So is this all coaches or coaches and challengers?
All coaches.
All coaches.
You going to college? No, I'm joking. So let's just break this down so simplistic. And once I really show you this, it's wow. It's so simple. So how many of you remember when you signed up your first coach? Think about that. Let's mentally go there for a second. You started this commission-based business. There was no guarantee of a paycheck. Some of you had another job. Some of you had resistance before you even started the job. Why are you doing this? Go work here, go bag some groceries, go back to school, go do all these different things, right? And you got the pressures and the fears and the insecurities and the doubts of other people trying to project that on you because of they didn't make it, or they didn't succeed, or they didn't maximize their potential, right? So you're being fed this stuff, and you still signed up one coach. Imagine what it felt like to sign up that first coach. That right there should have told you that you were successful. That one coach is a reminder that you're successful. Now, the key to 10 more coaches, 100 more coaches, 500 more coaches, 1,000 more coaches in your downline It's the same concept. Never forget about the first one. And then you evolve within. You see, it has to be a difference between you with the first coach and the 50th coach. What changed? Did your mindset change? Or did you stay the same? Or did you change a little bit, go back to your old ways? Change a little bit, go back to your old ways. And then you just started adding coaches by a couple at a time. But each coach you bring into the business, it's got to be a change in you. Because that old method attracted the people to you that's already to you. So what's going to change to bring in the masses or bring in more? Is your palm print going to change? Nope. In fact, the design on your palm print, you're the only person in the world that has that. So that should tell you right there that you're unique. And nobody in this world like you. Might be some copycats, but there ain't nobody just like you. So that should tell you that you're set aside and created with a gift and a purpose to do great things. Signing up that one coach that told you that there's so much untapped, unlimited potential on the inside of you. But what happened between signing up that first coach and the potential of signing up the rest? What changed? Did you start competing and comparing yourself to someone else's journey? Because that's one thing that'll make you stagnant, because they have their journey, right? Did you forget your why? Why you started your business? Here's a bigger question. Do you even really know what you want? Think about that one. Now think about that one hard. If I was to start unmuting you guys and say, you got 30 seconds, Rebecca, to tell me exactly what you want. Could you tell me everything you want mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually all in 30 seconds? Probably not, right? Because it's something you don't think about. You're unconscious about it. How are you unconscious about it? We're unconscious about it because deep down inside, we really don't love ourselves. Think about what I just said. Because when you love yourself, you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you know exactly where you're going. And you know the distractions from afar. But when you believe in yourself, you got confidence. You got a lot of confidence. You got confidence that you know that you have the tools that can help a bunch of people because you already use the tools to help you. And now you became infectious. And when you become infectious, the whole world opens up. You ever been somewhere, a person walks in, complete stranger, and their presence demands attention? You ever think about that? Person never opened their mouth, but everybody look, and you know it's got to be something about that person. Has to be, because it drew you to them. And then you walk up to them, and most ladies, I know how y'all work. Oh, girl, I like those shoes. Well, that's a nice bag you got. You're going to make some kind of contact to find out why this person just lit up this room. If you don't mind me asking you, like, what do you do for a living? I'm a coach. I help people. Okay, what kind of coach? I'm a Beachbody coach. That person right there could care less or don't even really understand what it means to be a Beachbody coach, right? They just know it's something unique about this person, and being connected to a Beachbody coach has to have something to do with it, right? That person attracted you, drew you to them. But before they drew you, did they show you a Proving Grounds workout? No. They show you a challenge pack? No. What did they show you? They sold themselves to you. They sold them. Right? So you're looking at this beautiful business you have. Before you can sell a challenge pack, push these programs the way you are supposed to at your maximum potential based on the tools you have inside of you, you got to sell you first. What do you mean, Chris? How do I sell my love yourself? That's your purpose on this earth, is to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, that opens up the gateway to everything. When you love yourself, all your talents and your gifts is going to surface. And you're going to realize, whoa, because I love myself, I'm able to love others. Because I love myself, I'm able to believe in others when they don't believe in themselves. Because I love myself, I'm able to remove the blinders off of others like I remove the blinders off myself. And then you realize that you was created with a gift and a purpose to do great things. You got all these tools, you got all these gifts, all these talents to share. But you could never manifest it and materialize it at its maximum potential if you don't love yourself. Here's another nugget for your business. It's one thing, one common denominator that brings everything with a heartbeat together. I'm talking about humans, dogs, cats, animals, insects. Love. Love creates babies. Love creates marriages. Love is the common denominator for anything that breathes air, that has a heartbeat. So if love is the common denominator, that should be the common denominator of your business, because everybody wants love. Oh, but Chris, I got this challenger, and this challenger is that sometimes they're in it, sometimes they're not, they're uncertain. Okay, good. That means it's something on the inside of you you need to develop, because prior to this person coming to you, there's a series of events that's happened to that person that shape the way that person thinks. And if you want to be the type of trainer, the type of coach that I am as a trainer, my program, any program I ever release, is going to be for everybody. I don't care if I have to go to a guru myself and figure out how to modify it. I'm humble enough to go ask for help. I need to make sure this move can be modified to the max. One of the most rewarding messages I got last week was a girl that sent me a message. I just want to let you know, Quick Shift Speed was so incredible. I was like, oh, I'm glad you like it, because I try to respond to everybody. I'm glad you like it. What really impressed me, Chris, is the modification. I said, yeah, continue to modify. Well, I did. I'm in a wheelchair. Whoa. How did you do Quick Shift Speed in a wheelchair? And I got emotional, like, oh my gosh. She did Quick Shift Speed in a wheelchair. And I could only imagine how she went around the markers and kind of lifted her seat up and touched the marker, wheeled herself around to the other side, lifted her seat up, touched the marker. I'm saying to myself, oh my goodness. But that's the kind of trainer I want to represent. Every fitness level, every race, every size, every shape. So as a coach, when you got that challenger, there's something on the inside of you that you got to develop, because you drew that person to you. Remember, you was infectious. There was a light in you that drew that person to you. You got to remove their blinders. Sometimes you got to hold their hand. Sometimes it might take 6 months. And then you might sign up coaches to hit the ground running. But you want to be a coach that can reach every single fitness level, every single person. That's what's going to grow your team. If you're just looking for go-getters, good luck. You just put a ceiling on yourself. I want the challenges, because on the challenges, I'm going to develop. I'm going to evolve. I was on my social media talking to my friend, and they just kind of goofing around. He's like, dude, your social media is crazy. At 10,000 visits in 3 days. He said, man, have you always had that? I said, no, actually, I haven't. I didn't get that till I got on this platform. Well, man, how do you think that you got so popular? The coaches. What do you mean? What do you mean the coaches? The coaches is the reason I'm on this platform, man. Yeah, I created a program. It's good. It's great. But you know what? They're the heartbeat of the company. Wait a minute. What do you mean? This person isn't in Beachbody. How's the coaches? But you put the work. They're the heartbeat of this company, man. See, they work a commission-based business, right? Collectively as a unit, they work extremely hard. And not only that, they don't understand their value. They don't understand their worth. They understand mine. They'll whip a phone out in a heartbeat when they see me. I'm in a grocery store 5 weeks ago. Never go to the grocery store. Don't like going to the grocery store, because every time I go there, I buy Indiana kettle corn popcorn. So I just don't go. I'm just telling you the truth. You want me to tell you the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I don't like going to the grocery store. I buy it. It always falls right in front of me, right off the shelf. And then I don't want to be rude and be like the guy who knocked the stuff down and to put it on there and people look at me. So I just buy that one and like 2 more that's right next to it, just to make sure I just had enough to share with everybody, because I know I'm going to eat the 1 bag myself. Just telling you the truth. So I'm in the grocery store with my kids, and I'm paying for stuff. And I look to the right by the door, and it's a lady with a Shift Shop shirt on. And I had a Shift Shop shirt on. I'm like, wow. So as I walk closer to the door, she starts doing this, you know how y'all do the wiggle? And you start seeing she put her hands on her mouth like this. And I got closer, and she was like, oh my gosh, I thought that was you. And I said, well, come here. I gave her a big hug. I said, thank you. And she was like, why are you thanking me? I said, I'm gonna take a picture of us. Whipped my phone out, took a picture with her. why are you thanking me? I said, because of you, I can buy these groceries. And she just paused. I said, thank you. And the truth of the matter is this, guys. I look at all this stuff you guys bring to the table, right? And some of you have no idea of your value and your worth. You have no idea. Why are you doing this? Why am I more important than you? Just so you can say you have a picture with me? Well, what happens if your phone freezes or your phone breaks? That picture is no good. But what about that mindset that you take every single day of your business that improves the lives of the super trainer? And I'm not saying we don't work hard on our programs, but we can't do this without you. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's time that you guys kind of rewire your brain, have a moment when you have a tough time and think to yourself, you know what? I don't have time to be having a tough time because I made Chris's life better. I made the other super trainers' life better. I can make this situation better. That's the confidence you need to have right there. And I probably get stoned for saying this, but I don't care because whoever throw the stone will never throw it in my face anyway. They'll throw it from afar and duck. So I ain't even worried about it. But my whole point I'm trying to make here is don't underestimate your value and your worth ever again. And with me saying that, now it's time to go back to the table. What is your why? What do you want? Not what somebody else said you could have. Not what somebody else said you couldn't have. Don't even look at what your parents did or didn't accomplish, or your siblings. Don't look at what another coach accomplished. That don't matter. That has nothing to do with you. You understand what I'm saying? What do you really want? Here's another nugget to your business. Once you identify exactly what you want physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, notice I didn't say financially. Once you identify those, say it's physical. Where's the wealth at in your body? One of the biggest things that gets me when people say I'm overweight, you're not overweight. You just don't love yourself. That's all that is. That's fear, depression, anxiety, worry. Get rid of those, the weight falls off. You're not overweight. You need to love yourself. Love yourself right now. See the beauty in yourself right this moment. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have a weight issue. You have a love issue. So mentally, visualize yourself in the place you want to be. Visualize it. Engage with it emotionally. What kind of success do you want for yourself? Watch that in your mind. If you're a 5-figure coach, you have a desire to be a 6-figure or 7-figure coach, what does that look like in your mind? How would you dress if you was a 6-figure coach, 7-figure coach? What words would come out of your mouth if you was a 6-figure coach, 7-figure coach to empower other people? Where do you take your kids on vacations? What's the expression when you take them on that vacation? What do you want for you and your spouse? Visualize that. Put your mouth on it. Turn on your computer. Pretend like it's 10 pages of people and empower them. Nobody's on the screen but you. It doesn't matter. Before I could actually speak in front of the masses, I was already doing it down here, speaking to spiders and ants, whatever is hiding around in here. So me doing this, I've already rehearsed it. I did it when nobody was there, guys. I believed it when nobody was there. In my mind, you was there. This is the physical manifestation that was in my mind. What are you listening to? Whose lies are you listening to? Whose lies are you believing? Whose life are you living through their lenses? My grandma told me when I was a kid, I was 12 years old, right before she died. It was like hours before she died. She said, when you get older, you're a very talented young man. She said, when you get older, I want you to give of your talents, give of your time, give of your energy, give of your resources, but don't ever give anybody your sanity because you might not get it back. So I'm going to ask you right now, if you doubt in your business, who has your sanity? That's somebody else's thoughts, aren't your thoughts? If you doubt if you can be successful, who has your sanity? Retrace it back to the past. Where was that seed planted? Think about what I'm saying to you. It's much bigger than fitness, guys. Challenge Pack, they ain't about a challenge pack. They ain't about proving grounds. Remember what I told you? It's about you first. Once you step into yourself, now we can talk about the challenge pack. Now we can talk about proving grounds. Who has your sanity? Who told you you couldn't make it and you believed it? Who told you you wasn't good enough and you believed it? Who told you this was a scam? It's a commission-based business. It doesn't make sense. Get a 9 to 5 and you believed it. Think what I'm saying now. Once you identify mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually what you want, you start visualizing it, you start speaking it, guess what happens? Your finances is only going to come based on what you feel your worth is. Period, point blank, I promise. So what I'm telling you is your success is waiting on you. It's just sitting there. But it can't come to you till you switch that mindset of who you are and everything you was created to be. Until you start taking those actions of a 6- and 7-figure coach by faith before it shows up. You understand what I'm saying? You guys got to understand something. You have no problem making my life better. Why can't you make yours better? And I mean, make it real good. You have no problem seeing me. That's Chris Downing, but you look in the mirror every day, don't even know who you are. The real you. You look at me, you see everything right. Oh my God, he got a pretty smile. Look at his teeth. The teeth are so white. But you look in the mirror, you see everything wrong with you. Come on now, listen to me. Remember that one coach? Remember how you felt? Sometimes you got to go down memory lane, guys. You got to remember that moment. Even if it's one person, you're successful. All right? So, to me, that's the foundation to this. Start owning it. Have a moment. Think about what you're helping us accomplish. And it's time for you to start doing this for yourself. All right? I got 25 minutes. Let's roll the questions.
You have our questions?
Yeah, Chris, that was awesome, and I would appreciate if you would never make me cry again on Zoom. That would be amazing. No, but
there's a lot of
truth. Seriously, there's so much truth to what you said, and I don't think I've ever heard it put quite that way before, and that is amazing, because we will, for whatever reason, help you. But when it comes to ourselves, I think that was the biggest takeaway for me, is we don't know who we are because we don't love ourselves enough at times. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. I'm going to pull up the questions that we had from a couple people here. Let's see. So Chris mentions he's not here to break you in his programs because that's egotistic. He is here to make sure you leave a little bit better than when you came. What does he tell someone who feels like they hit a breaking point during one of these workouts to help them refocus and keep going?
So you saw the tooling video, right?
Yes.
So there was actually a scene that you guys didn't see. It was the scene before that, which triggered that moment. So right before that moment, I got in one of my zones. Like, I was in it, guys. Like, I left the place. And I had Cam rolling with me, and I was amping up that circuit, and I left Tulin. She couldn't keep up. She almost passed out. It was 103 degrees. And so she looked at me, she said, I feel like I passed out with my eyes open. And I was like, whoa. So we had to give her a break. And so they put a fan on her. It had water spraying on her. They put ice down her shirt to cool her body temperature down. And she just broke down. She started crying, right? And she was like, Chris, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I messed up your zone. I didn't want this to be me. And I said, no. Take your time, gather yourself. So I kept pacing the ground, just keeping that energy where it was at, because I was in such a great place. It was so euphoric. And I wanted her to have her time to get herself together. And about 25 minutes later, she was like, okay, I'm ready. So we get back on set. And you can see it. She's in her zone. She's like trying to convince herself that she can do this, right? So I'm getting ready. Action. We go back to the circuit, and it was almost like she had PTSD, like a deer with headlights again. She started getting emotional. Boom, got her right there. I was right in that moment. I said, oh, no. I'm walking you through this one. Even if you got to modify, even if you got to slow down, even if we have to bring you something to drink, you're going to work through this one. So what I did is the first time ever in a Beachbody program that the trainer, because we're always the focal point, the trainer handed the platform over to somebody else. Like, to me, she was the only person on that set. All I cared about was her having this moment, because I knew on the other side of that lens was a whole bunch of Tulans in the world, right? And so all I needed to do was connect with her emotionally. Each step, she did the work. I just need to let her know that every effort was still her best. If she modified, it was still her best. If she took a break, it was still at her best, right? So Cam and Roland got done. I said, come over and help me with her. We all got together. So all of our energy together really inspired her to keep going, right? But in her mind, she told herself, I can do this. I'm going to do it. And so, you know, when it comes to you guys, you know, in these programs and your challengers, sometimes you got to believe in others more than they believe in themselves. But as long as they're trying, please don't give up on them. Please don't give up on them. And so that was that moment, you know, even when the program, and then you add that to the girl who did it in the wheelchair. This program is extremely motivating. I filmed it with a broken toe and a broken foot, and nobody could tell. And it was, yeah, serious. I'm dead serious. I broke my toe and my foot a month before filming. And so, yeah, it's a special project.
Awesome. Yeah, and if you haven't seen that Tulin video, definitely watch that. That one was amazing.
Let's just kind of back up maybe a little bit. And some people on the call, I'm sure, have done Shift Shop. Can you kind of describe or explain the difference between that and the Proving Grounds and kind of what they can expect?
Yeah, so the difference between Shift Shop and Proving Grounds is the same program. It's the completion of Shift Shop. When we originally did Shift Shop, I never thought it was complete. I thought it was a great program. I'm like, you know what? It's my first program. It's still good. I'm going to go work on something else. And then in the midst of like kind of watching how the year went by, and then when 2B Mindset came out, I was like, oh, yes. Okay, Shift Shop, we had in the prep week. And that's going to help the people in 2B Mindset. Because I believe this is a trainer. Like as a trainer, and this is just my philosophy. My trainers at my gym, you know, when my life got better, I gave them a free year of free rent. Because I wanted them to get on their feet, right? And I looked at, you know, the 2B Mindset, and I'm thinking, I need to complement what she's doing. I really do. Like, I need to make sure my program can be transitioned to hers, that it can work together. And you're not going to see that a lot because it's just so much I, me. And it's like, y'all missing the whole point here. We're supposed to be working together. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing that was so important to me is 15 minutes. If a person struggle with fitness, it's just 15 minutes. And you can take your time with those 15 minutes. And you can go at your own pace in those 15 minutes. But for us who maybe work out more, a little more athletic, that 15 minutes is going to crush you because you're going to push yourself. It's a quick sweat. It's a quick sweat, 15 minutes in and out. And so that's why I added the prep week to it, to be more inviting, more welcoming. I handpicked my cast. I wanted Tulin. I wanted my set to represent real life and real situations, right? And so you'll go through prep week 4 times, the workout, speed, strength, Monday through Thursday. Then you'll go to Proving Ground speed, Proving Ground strength to test. And Proving Ground speed is 15 1-minute exercises, and you're going to track your reps, right? So grass pickers is the first one. Say you do 50 grass pickers in a minute. The key here, what I love about this is I added that tracking component so that I could make sure you guys are staying engaged, because I'm realizing adults can't count. You know how many people, when I was testing this, that they were trying to count the reps for a minute, pick up their scorecard, and forgot how many reps they had. I'm like, how you forget how many reps you had? And then they get frustrated because you can't rewind. You can rewind me, but you're tired already. I'm already queuing for the next move. So now I'm going to get in your head to stay focused. Stay in the moment, stay engaged, right? Because you don't want to put all that work in and forget those reps. So then you go to the next move, lateral burpees. Say you get 70. Then you go through the remaining 13 exercises, total points for the day, 150. Now you go to strength, track your weights, track your reps, go into speed 25 now. You got 4 days in the shop to work on your conditioning, work on your form, because you're going to use those same movements when you test again. So you go speed, strength, Monday through Thursday, back to Proving Grounds to beat your baseline. Look, my baseline is 150. Go back to grass pickers. I had 50 in prep week. Go on. I'm going at it for a minute. Oh, I got 45. Shoot, 5 reps under my baseline. Notice how I said all I care about is that 150. That's the big picture. The small picture, the ego is going to be trapped in the 5 less reps. I don't want that. I want you focusing on that 150 because I'm not always on my A game. So now you got 5 reps left, less than you did the first week. Now you got 14 exercises to make up for those reps. You go through the rest of the workout, 165 points. Is that victory? Absolutely. Even though you have 5 less reps in grass pickers, you still did better in some of the other exercises. You got 165 total points. Then you go in a 35 series to beat the 165 at the end of the week. In the 45 series, but the whole time, I'm working on your mind and I'm working on your body. You're not even paying attention to your weight. You so caught up in those numbers and you're tracking, you look and you done lost all this weight. See what I'm saying? Now, imagine you're working your brain, learning how to stay focused, stay engaged, and you taking that same mindset and that healthy body into your business now. Now you see your business through different lenses. You see your spouse through different lenses. You see your kids through different lenses. You're more present. You're more grateful. You in a better place. How do you not want to bring out the best in other people? Okay, Chris, what about the modifier? I love the modifier in this. Prep week, say the modifier modified the whole prep week and both proven ground workouts. Fine by me. They modified it. They go into speed 25, do it 4 times, modify it less. Go into proven grounds again, modify it less. Is that victory? Yes. They go to 35 series, modify it less. Finish the last week, modify it even less than that. That's victory. Now the same person that was a modifier, I'm going to go through this again and really track it because I'm not modifying. They go modify, and now they get confidence by seeing their progress every week. That's the same coach is going to walk out of that business and say, here I am, and go look for everybody that looked just like them. And it's going to be power in what she said because she lived it, but she did it in steps. So what's the difference between us blazing through it the first 4 weeks and them going through it twice? Nothing. It's all about getting better. See what I'm saying? Your only competition is yourself each week. That's the program.
I can get behind something like that. I like that. That's awesome.
So, you know, when I'm doing shift shop and I want to give up and I'm just like gassed and, you know, I hear Chris Downing in my head yelling at me. I don't even hear you on the TV. I just hear you yelling at me in my head and telling me to believe in myself. Where is the first place me as a coach, whether I'm a new coach level or I'm star diamond level, we all have that thought in our head, the same thought. We want to give up. We want to step down. We want to go slower. We don't want to push ourselves. What is the first step Chris Downing would take, or the first piece of advice, and where I should start to work on that better mindset?
I asked myself, where did that thought come from? Who projected that on me? So I got this 5-week-old baby upstairs, right? And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to love him in a way that all he knows is love and all he knows is positivity and different things like that. But the first time someone says something negative that hurts his feeling, that's going to be a seed that's planted. The times I want to give up or I question giving up, I realize that ain't even my thought. That's somebody else's thought that I believed a long time ago. I'd immediately detach myself from that. Like, this thought has nothing. How can I be in this situation, empower, love, and inspire all these people, and then I'm doubting myself? That don't even make sense. I got to ask myself, whose thought is that? I can't own it. Because if I own it, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to connect with it emotionally. And all of a sudden, I'm going to attract things in my life that's going to represent that. And then I'm in trouble.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes, you can do shift shop pregnant. Modify, listen to your body.
Good question.
And shift shop is responsible for a lot of babies in this world too, just so you know. So quit getting sexy. Stop getting sexy, man. You're supposed to be getting a good body. You ain't supposed to be getting a good body to get pregnant, man.
You guys quit. You'll figure out where that's happening. Oh.
That it?
Let's see. What are your suggestions on preventing burnout on meal plans?
Oh, wait. So I went like way left field. So I made a decision that went like had everybody's eyes pop out their head. So if you have a challenger, they've never done a program, I would say safely just recommend the Shift Shop meal plan to them. It's easy, it's simple. Got a grocery list, replace what you do with what you don't want, what you do want. But if you've done a program before or any other programs, I say any programs, which programs gave you the best results, meal plan. I want you to do that meal plan with my program. I don't care what it is. It could be 2B Mindset. It could be 21-Day Fix, 80-Day Obsession. Because here's the thing. I want to prove something to you, right? I want to prove to you every week that you get better. So if I tell you my meal plan is the only way it's going to happen, that is so much ego. It is. And it's not true because everybody digests food differently. People have different allergies. But if I feel like you use whatever meal plan that gave you the best results, you're going to give me the best when you do the program. You see what I'm saying? It's going to only enhance your results. So it's important to me that you stay happy and you continue to feel good throughout this program. So I just want you to choose which program that assisted in that. Perfect.
Thank you for that. That's all the questions that I had. If anybody else has questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll. How much time do you have left, Chris?
I got 2 minutes. I got another call. I will tell you this though, that I tried it and it works, and I didn't have time to implement it into the program because we ran a tight schedule. Intermittent fasting with this workout is incredible. You talk about shedding fat. Intermittent fasting with Proven Grounds is incredible. So that's something you might want to think about.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. And I just think you're
welcome, guys.
With a 5-week-old baby, man.
I know.
Yeah, man, you guys are special. We got a lot of work to do, man. We're gonna be all right. But remember, when you get off this call, I need you to go to that paper. You got to figure out what you want. Don't come to this test group. Don't come to anything without knowing that. And another thing, about the test group, this is what you're going to get in the test group. Yeah, we're going to work on a program, but it's going to be a lot of what we went over tonight. Just encouraging you guys, because I got 4 weeks to change your mindset, guys. And it's one of those things where you almost want your teams to be in it, because for 4 weeks, everybody getting the same information, right? So after 4 weeks, everybody has the same mindset. How can you not succeed when everybody thinking the same? As opposed to you guys taking that to them after the test group, it's going to go over somebody's head. They're going to think you crazy. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, this has got to be something, like, if your teams is in it, success is waiting on you. So, all right, guys.
I'm excited for the test group. I'm sure everybody else on here is.
Yeah.
We got a lot of work to do. Let's invite, and so Chris can work on that mindset for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, consider it a 4-week retreat.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, thanks, Chris.
You.
Bye.